Good morning, brothers and sisters. My name is Chukwemeka with the Igbo Hebrews organization. The Igbo Hebrews are those who are the Igbo people who believe that we are the Hebrews of the Bible and who have returned to the worship of the God of the Bible. We don't practice Christianity, we don't practice Islam, we don't practice Judaism. We just return to the worship of the God of the Bible. Today, brothers and sisters, first of all, let me make an announcement. In this Sabbath lesson, let me just announce we are getting close to the end of the 6th month. Actually, today is the 10th day of September in the Gregorian calendar. That means in 8 days' time will be the first day of the month, of the 7th month in the Hebrew calendar. That is the day of the Feast of Trumpets. So for those of us who actually practice this feast, I hope we're getting ready to celebrate and observe that feast. This kind of keys into what I'm going to talk about today. Actually, the lesson we are going to talk about today is very important, because whenever Igbo people say that we are the Hebrews, the question people usually ask is this: if we are the Hebrews, if black people, if the Igbo people say that we are the Hebrews, how come our ancestors were not keeping the Sabbath in Africa? That's a very important question. That's the question that people have been asking. Actually, there's a young man that asked me that question some time ago, and I told him it's something I was working on. I was going to do a video on that. I don't have the contact of the person again. I hope that the Most High will lead him to this presentation. Not only that, we are going to put this on our website as well. By the end of the Sabbath today, it should be on our website. So hopefully anyone can go there and download it. Before you get things from our website, you have to log in. We want to track the number of people that are actually participating and kind of understand the effectiveness of the message we put out there. So, children of the Most High, today we are going to answer the age-old question about if we are the true Hebrews, how come we don't keep the Sabbath in Africa? How come we were not keeping the Sabbath in Africa? If you come to Igbo land today, we operate on a 4-day calendar, basically 4 market days. We have Eke, Oye, Afo, and Nkwo. These are the Igbo 4 market days. So it becomes difficult for a lot of people to reconcile why we were not keeping the Sabbath, the 7-day Sabbath, if we are the true Hebrews, as stipulated in the Bible. So today I'm going to give you an explanation for that, and I do hope that the Most High will lead us in the understanding of this. To understand why this feast, why this Sabbath was not kept in Igbo land in Africa, you have to understand the patriarchs of the Hebrews. When I say the patriarchs, I mean the forefathers, the ancestors of the Hebrew, from the days of Adam to the days of Abraham to the days of Moses. You have to understand them, what they did and what they instituted. So I created a table here, and of course, please, you can get these slides on our website. Every of these things that will be uploaded to our website. You can get it free of charge. First of all, when the Most High created man, he didn't create us to be offering sacrifices. He didn't tell us to be doing any of those things, offering sacrifices, offering feasts, doing this and that. He didn't tell us to be doing any of those things. He just created us to be fruitful and to replenish and to multiply on the earth. However, mankind, those who were close to the Most High, they tend to do things that the Most High liked. And when they do things and the Most High like it, the Most High will establish those things and they will be ordained in the heavenly tablet. If you read the book of Jubilees chapter 6, there were some things that Noah did and the Most High liked them, and they were ordained. According to the book of Jubilees, they were ordained in the heavenly tablet. So let me give you a list. In this table, I've created a list of the ancestors that led up to the Hebrews, who are called the patriarchs of the Hebrews, and the institutions and the feast they instituted that led up to the 7-day Sabbath. That's why if you understand it, that's how you understand why in Igbo land that 7-day Sabbath was not kept. First of all, we'll start with Adam. Adam instituted burnt offering when he fell and came out of Eden. He offered a burnt offering to the Most High. If you read the book of Joshua, he offered a burnt offering to the Most High, and it was pleasing to the Most High. The Most High liked it, so it became a thing. Right? The Most High didn't tell him to offer it. He offered it out of gratitude because the Most High clothed he and his wife Eve, and he offered a burnt offering of a clean animal to the Most High, and the Most High liked it, and that became a thing. After Adam, we come to Abel in Genesis chapter 4. Abel and his brother, by that time, burnt offering was already instituted because Adam already did it. Now, if Abel and his brother Cain offered. Abel, of course, was the shepherd, and Cain was the farmer. So they offered their offering, okay, and the Most High accepted that of Abel, but not that of Cain. Although the difference there is not very clear. First of all, Abel offered an animal, right, that he has tended and brought up. Cain, on the other hand, offered the plants, the crops, the fruit of the land. But it's not because it's the fruit of the land that the Most High rejected it. It was because of the attitude of Cain. And eventually you saw what Cain, even though he refused to talk to his brother, the Most High talked to him, saying, you have to conquer sin. He eventually talked to his brother, but he still went ahead and killed his brother for that. His brother was not the one that rejected his sacrifice. So he had to kill his brother out of jealousy or whatever. So you now see the kind of person he is. Basically, what Cain showed us is that the Most High not only accept the it's not only the offering you're bringing to the Most High, it's your attitude, your mind. He sees your mind. And the Most High is teaching us that we have to conquer sin, otherwise sin will conquer us through Cain. Okay? Now from Abel we get to Noah. Okay? Noah continued with the burnt offering of clean animals to the Most High. In fact, it's recorded in the book of Jubilees and in the book of Joshua that he did offer burnt offering to the Most High. However, Noah went forward to institute two other things. The first thing he instituted was the feast of the new moons. Brothers and sisters, I have made a number of videos to explain that the new moon means the day of the full moon, the first day of the full moon. It's not the first day of the month. There are some months when it coincides with the first day of the month, but there are some months when it does not. I've noticed that usually the third month, the seventh month, and the 10th month usually coincides. I'm sorry, the third, the sixth month, and the 9th month usually coincides with the first day of the month, but it's not always like that. The new moon is the first day of the full moon. Okay, so Noah instituted that feast. Why? Because he remembered the messages he was given. On one of the new moons, he was told to build an ark. On one of the other new moons, the rain started. On one of the other new moons, the rain stopped. On one of the other new moons, he came out of the ark and saw the land dried again. The Most High kept his promise, and he and his family survived the destruction of the planet. So he kept these days as feasts. And if you read the book of Jubilees chapter 5, the angel made it very clear that since Noah ordained these days as feasts, and thus they are ordained, they remain ordained in the heavenly tablet, because Noah has the right to ordain them as feasts for eternity. And this is why when I made the video about the sacrifices, offering how the Hebrew feasts are supposed to be celebrated, a number of brothers kind of didn't like it, because they kind of believe that Christ is our feast. If you read the scriptures, it will tell you clearly that this feast, there's no limit of days to them. Please, each and every one of us, go and read Jubilees chapter 5 and chapter 6. The angel made it very clear that there is no limit of days to these feasts. They are eternal. I will also do a video. A number of brothers have laid concern about the book of Isaiah chapter 53 and the story of Christ dying for our salvation, which I say is not correct. It's not a true story. But I'll do a video to explain that on a future date. Please bear with me on that. But today we're talking about the feast. Noah instituted the feast of the new moon to commemorate the information he was given. According to the book of Jubilees, it's not every new moon that is a Sabbath, brothers and sisters. Personally, I celebrate the new moons that Noah instituted. That is the new moon of the first month, the new moon of the fourth month, the new moon of the seventh month, and the new moon of the 10th month. These are the 4 new moons that are Sabbaths according to the book of Jubilees. These are the ones that I observe, brothers and sisters. So this feast is continued. Noah was the first to institute it. Adam did not keep new moon. It was during the time of Noah. Enoch did not keep new moon. It was during the time of Noah, brothers and sisters, that the new moon was instituted as a feast. And from the time of Noah going forward, those who followed the worship of the God of Abraham kept it as a feast. Okay, another thing that Noah instituted is the feast on the 3rd month. This is very important, brothers and sisters. If you remember the Hebrew calendar, which I have shared numerous times on this channel, in the Hebrew calendar there are 3 major months where you have Hebrew feasts. 3 major months. Every other, a number of people celebrate the feast of so many other things in different months. Those ones are not the major one. If you read the book of Leviticus chapter 23, you see that there are 3 major months for feasts in the Hebrew calendar: the first month, the 3rd month, and the 7th month. These are the 3 months where you have Hebrew feasts. The one in the 3rd month, which is the feast of first fruits, was established by Noah. That feast of first fruit is important, brothers and sisters, because it is what Noah used to celebrate the promise the Most High made, the covenant the Most High made, that he will not destroy the earth again by flood. So Noah used that feast of first fruit to celebrate it, to mark it, and he ordained it, and it remained ordained forever. Okay, so before Noah there was no feast of first fruits, there was no new moon, but Noah ordained it and it remained ordained, and that feast continued after Noah. Okay, children of the Most High, the next patriarch in line is Abraham. Okay, we've talked about Adam, we spoke briefly about Abel, and we talked about Noah. The Igbo version, of course, is on Noah. But now we're going to talk about Abraham, who was the father of the Hebrews. You see, the Most High created mankind through Adam, and then through Noah he wiped out the seed of the fallen angels. The flesh of them, their spirit still remain, like I explained in my video before. And then through Abraham he established a nation for himself, a people for himself, because after the fall of Babylon, humans separated in different directions and then worshipped different things. People were worshipping stones, rivers, their fathers, and everything. So the Most High wanted to create a nation for himself, and the righteous man around in those days, in the days of Nimrod, was Abraham. And so the Most High selected from the seed of Abraham a nation for himself. This nation will have a religion, a practice that is not similar to the rest of the world. And this is something that people should learn from, because if your religion is similar to ancient religion of other people, you're practicing something wrong. If you're practicing Christianity, saying you're worshiping the God of Abraham in Christianity, that's not correct, because Christianity was existing long before Christ was born. Even in the days of Abraham, Christianity was existing as at that time. But that we're not talking about Christianity today, so let's focus on it. We're going to talk about Abraham. Children of the Most High, Abraham is the next patriarch in line. Abraham continued with burnt offering of clean animals. He continued with it. This burnt offering that Adam instituted all the way to Noah, even Abraham continued it. He continued the celebration of the feast of first fruits and the feast of the new moons that Noah celebrated. Abraham continued with it. In case you don't know, brothers and sisters, it was actually Noah and Shem that raised Abraham. Abraham's father was a pagan. He went and learned under Noah and Shem. Okay, Abraham continued with the feast of first fruit. If you read the book of Jubilees, chapter 20, chapter 21, you will see that it is mainly on the third month that Abraham offered his feast. The feast on the third month is the feast of first fruit. So Abraham continued with that. Okay, he also continued with meat offering, which is the produce of the farm. He continued with that along with the burnt offering. These are things that Noah did, and Abraham continued. Noah did the meat offering, the drink offering, and the burnt offering. He did them. Okay, and Abraham continued with this, and he told, if you read the book of Jubilees, chapter 21, he told his son Isaac that this is what he has seen in the records of his fathers, from the writings of Noah and from the words of Enoch. This is what he has seen, and he continued with it. But Abraham went on to institute something else, and he instituted the feasts on the 7th month. Brothers and sisters, if you read the book of Jubilees again, you see that in the 7th month, it was when the Most High decided to test Abraham to see if Abraham will be loyal, is still loyal to him. Actually, the prince of the evil spirit, which is Mastema, came to the Most High, as in, like I said, Mastema is the devil, right? He came to the Most High and told him that Abraham has not offered any feast for him since Isaac was born, so that he's not sure that Abraham is still his man. The Most High said that if he tests him with his son Isaac, he will not pass that test. That is what Satan does. Satan goes about looking for people to tempt, and the Most High will only give him permission to tempt those that he can tempt. Okay, and he will ask a permission from the Most High before he does that. That is his job. Okay, if you read the book of Job, you understand what I'm saying. So Mastema, who is the devil, went and told the Most High that he has access to the Most High because he was created like the angels too. Okay, and like I said, he has not been banished to hell before. I've made this in my, if you see my my video on death, heaven and hell, I made that very clearly that hell is empty, even Satan is not there. So he went and told the Most High that Abraham is no longer his man. The Most High decided to test Abraham, and he told Abraham to go and offer his son in what they call Mount Moriah. Okay, Mount Moriah is a holy place. If you read the book of if you read the Bible, actually, if you read the book of Genesis, I think chapter 26 or 27, Isaac actually took his wife to Mount Moriah to pray for her to deliver. It's a holy place. That is the same place that they call Mount Zion. Okay, so Abraham went there to offer his son Isaac as a burnt offering, as the Most High tested him. He went there for 7 days, 3 days going. The next day he offered this. He wanted to offer Isaac, and the Most High saw that he was willing to do it. The Most High brought a ram instead, and then after the sacrifice was done, he and Isaac came back. For 3 days he came back home. When he got home, for that 7 days he celebrated a feast for 7 days to commemorate his going to Mount Moriah from Beersheba and coming back, and the Most High leading him in peace and bringing him back in peace. That, brothers and sisters, is the Feast of Tabernacles in the 7th month. That 7 days of celebration, the Feast of Tabernacles, was instituted by Abraham, and the Most High liked it. Abraham instituted it, and it became a thing. and the Most High liked it. It became ordained in the heavenly tablets. Okay, that became a feast of tabernacles. It became a thing, and it was now celebrated going forward. Okay, so that is Abraham. Now from Abraham we come to Isaac, Jacob, and the 12 patriarchs. Okay, all these people continued with these things. They continued with the burnt offering. They continued with the feast of first fruits in the third month, and they also continued with the feast of tabernacles that Abraham instituted in the seventh month. None of them kept the Sabbath. Abraham did not keep the Sabbath. Abraham knows that the Most High created the world in 6 days, and on the seventh day he rested, but he did not keep it as a Sabbath. Isaac did not keep the Sabbath. Jacob did not keep Sabbath. The 12 patriarchs, Judah, Levi, Simeon, Reuben, Gad, Naphtali, Dan, Asher, Benjamin, Joseph, Ephraim, Manasseh, none of them kept the Sabbath. Okay, they didn't keep the Sabbath, but they kept the feast in the third month and the seventh month. They didn't keep the Passover. They didn't keep the feast in the first month. Okay, brothers and sisters, you need to understand that these people now, these our patriarchs, these our early patriarchs, kept this feast of the third month and in the seventh month, but they did not keep the Sabbath. They did not keep the feast in the first month.